Welcome to our continuing series, Fine Poetry. Today, we conclude the poems of Matthew Arnold. Lines written in Kensington Gardens. In this lone, open glade I lie, screened by deep boughs on either hand, and at its end, to stay the eye, those black-crowned, red-boled pine trees stand. Birds here make song. Each bird has his. Across the girdling city's hum, how green under the boughs it is, how thick the tremulous sheep cries come. Sometimes a child will cross the glade to take his nurse his broken toy. Sometimes a thrush flit overhead, deep in her unknown day's employ. Here at my feet what wonders pass, what endless active life is here, what blowing daisies, fragrant grass, an air-stirred forest, fresh and clear. Scarce fresher is the mountain sod, where the tired angler lies stretched out, and eased of basket and of rod, counts his day's spoil, the spotted trout. In the huge world which roars hard by, be others happy if they can, but in my helpless cradle I was breathed on by the rural pan. I, on men's impious uproar hurled, think often, as I hear them rave, that peace has left the upper world, and now keeps only in the grave. Yet here is peace, forever new, when I who watch them am away. Still all things in this glade go through the changes of their quiet day. Then to their happy rest they pass. The flowers upclose, the birds are fed, the night comes down upon the grass. The child sleeps warmly in his bed. Calm soul of all things, make it mine to feel, amid the city's jar, that there abides a peace of thine. Man did not make and cannot mar. The will to neither strive nor cry, the power to feel with others give. Calm me more, nor let me die before I have begun to live. Revolutions. Before man parted for this earthly strand, while yet upon the verge of heaven he stood, God put a heap of letters in his hand, and bade him make with them what word he could. And man has turned them many times, made Greece, Rome, England, France. Yes, nor in vain essayed, way after way, changes that never cease. The letters have combined, something was made. But an inextinguishable sense haunts him that he has not made what he should, that he has still, though old, to recommence, since he has not yet found the word God would. And empire after empire, at their height of sway, have felt this boding sense come on, have felt their huge frames not constructed right, and drooped, and slowly died upon their throne. One day, thou sayest, there will at last appear the word, the order, which God meant should be. Ah, we shall know that, well, when it comes near, the band will quit man's heart, he will breathe free. Self-dependence. Weary of myself and sick of asking what I am and what I ought to be, at this vessel's prow I stand, which bears me forwards, forwards, o'er the starlit sea, and a look of passionate desire o'er the sea and to the stars I send. Ye who from my childhood up have calmed me, calm me, ah, compose me to the end. Ah, once more, I cried, ye stars, ye waters, on my heart your mighty charm renew. Still, still let me, as I gaze upon you, feel my soul becoming vast like you. From the intense, clear, star-sown vault of heaven, or the lit sea's unquiet way, in the rustling night air came the answer, wouldst thou be as these are, live as they. Unaffrighted by the silence round them, undistracted by the sights they see, these demand not that the things without them yield them love, amusement, sympathy. And with joy the stars perform their shining, and the sea its long moon-silvered roll. For self-poised they live, nor pine with noting all the fever of some differing soul. Bounded by themselves, and unregardful in what state God's other works may be, in their own tasks all their powers pouring, these attain the mighty life you see. O airborne voice, long since, severely clear, a cry like thine in mine own heart I hear. Resolve to be thyself, and know that he who finds himself loses his misery. West London. Crouched on the pavement close by Belgrave Square, a tramp I saw, ill, moody, and tongue-tied. A babe was in her arms, and at her side a girl. Their clothes were rags, their feet were bare. Some laboring men, whose work lay somewhere there, passed opposite. She touched her girl, who hied across, and begged and came back satisfied. The rich she had let pass with frozen stare. Thought I, above her state this spirit towers. She will not ask of aliens, but of friends, of sharers in a common human fate. she turns from that cold succor which attends the unknown little from the unknowing great, and points us to a better time than ours. Shakespeare. Others abide our question. Thou art free. We ask and ask. Thou smilest and art still. Out-topping knowledge. For the loftiest hill, who to the stars uncrowns his majesty, planting his steadfast footsteps in the sea, making the heaven of heavens his dwelling place, spares but the cloudy border of his base to the foiled searching of mortality. And thou, who didst the stars and sunbeams know, self-schooled, self-scanned, self-honored, self-secure, didst tread on earth unguessed at, better so. All pains the immortal spirit must endure, all weakness which impairs, all griefs which bow, find their sole speech in that victorious brow. Worldly place. Even in a palace, life may be led well. So spake the imperial sage, purest of men, Marcus Aurelius. But the stifling den of common life, where, crowded up pell-mell, our freedom for a little bread we sell, and drudge under some foolish master's ken, who rates us if we peer outside our pen. Matched with the palace, is not this a hell? Even in a palace, on his truth sincere, who spoke these words, no shadow ever came. And when my ill-schooled spirit is aflame, some nobler, ampler stage of life to win, I'll stop and say, there were no succor here. The aids to noble life are all within. Namaste.